I interviewed Malik Yoba recently, and he had run into Tupac and stuff like that. Right. He said something interesting. A lot of people got upset, but I think it's an interesting point. He said that
Tupac talked a lot about what we need to do for the community, and obviously with his mother, Afeni, who was a Panther, and by extension, the breakfast programs, education programs, and all that kind of stuff that he was steeped in, he spoke to those things. But Nipsey was actually doing those things. The interesting thing about him is that he wasn't on everybody's radar like that, right? And I think that it's the tragedy cracked open the truth of what dude was really doing, and that's what fucks people up, because you realize, man, this dude was really doing it.
Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on that?
I think Tupac did help the community. I think he helped the community mentally.
Very true.
Stand up. Don't be no punk. Don't go for no shit. Be proud you black. You come from kings and queens. Just strength, power, courage, love. He covered all the spectrums, and me having a Gemini wife, I kind of understand the dual Gemini personality, and he embodied that, and his music would compel you to move differently and think differently. Mm-hmm. So I give him that.
Tupac was 25, Nipsey was 33.
Right. And Tupac wasn't getting all the money he was supposed to be getting either.
Right, but I think that ultimately Tupac was, to me, from my point of view, not knowing Tupac, but interviewing people around him and slightly knowing Nipsey and knowing people around him. Mm-hmm. My point of view is Tupac was more of just kind of a pure artist, not really a business person. When Tupac died, he had like $5,000 in his bank account. Mm-hmm. And none of the cars were in his name, and his mother had to fight.
Probably had $400,000 or $500,000 worth of jewelry, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then his mother had to go clean up his sue and get the rights back and everything else like that. Tupac was focused on his music.
Yeah.
And that's it.
He was an artist.
He was a pure artist.
True.
Everything else was kind of falling in shambles as long as he could do his music. He made enough money to keep it going. Nipsey was more of a business person. Mm-hmm. And an artist as well, but he had to juggle his time running multiple businesses and stuff like that.
But he learned. You don't think he learned from the lesson from Tupac?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So as time progresses, you would look back and be like, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, boom. People feeling me like this, so let me make sure I'm cool right here. And you start really just like putting up defenses to safeguard yourself from running into the same problems of other artists of note may have, levels of success they might have reached, and they might not have conducted themselves in a certain capacity. So
I don't think any one is worse than the other or better than the other or whatever else. Some people want to run businesses and deal with the headaches that come with running businesses. Other people just want to focus on their art and let someone else handle the business part.
But do you believe if Tupac had the opportunity, really, because he was fresh out of prison? You know what I'm saying? He had been out of prison, 2 years before that happened? You feel me?
Yes.
So he never really got planted in a community to really feel for a community like that.
Okay. Yeah, and he moved from Oakland to L.A. He was sort of all over the place.
Yeah. And
from Baltimore, he was all over the place.
You dig? So
you're right. He wasn't, Nipsey was from Rolling 60s.
That's why
his whole life, he knew the ins and the outs. He knew all the people. You're right. Tupac.
That's why you see the effect of the love radiating like that. You know what I'm saying? It was like we lost one of us. You know what I'm saying? He's really one of us that made it from where we strive to make it from. He really, really made it. And he gave the youth a lot of inspiration, to follow.
Yeah. I mean, people are comparing Nipsey to Jesus.
I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Jesus was a prophet.
Yeah. Even when you look at the paintings, the way Nipsey's now being painted in murals, they're making him look a little like Jesus now.
And you know what his name meant, right?
What was that?
Sent by God.
Aha.
Yeah, Ermias.
Ermias. Yeah, that is his real name.
Yeah.